little further on last Sunday, but we pick up in this worship, and this is not a long message today. But Lord, said Martha, the sister of the dead man, by this time there is a bad odor, for he has been there 4 days. Somebody say 4 days. Then Jesus said, did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God? He'd already told them in the aforementioned verses. He said, oh, you shall see your brother again. And she says, I know that I'll see him in the resurrection. And Jesus said, I'm not talking about that resurrection. But the reality here, the fact of the matter, Lazarus is in the tomb. He's been dead 4 days. And within the natural state of body decomposition, his body is probably producing a foul odor after 4 days. The fact of the matter, Lazarus is dead for 4 days, decomposing body that is now producing odor. And Jesus said, did I not tell you? If you believe, you will see the glory of God. What Jesus is saying is that your faith is going to have to override the facts. And for some of us, if we are going to experience the power of revival, we must override the facts of our life with a faith that transforms. In fact, Hebrews 11 puts it like this, and without faith, it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists, and he rewards those who earnestly seek him. And without faith, it's impossible to please God. So what are you saying? Somebody in here, it seems like it's taken forever to get to where you're trying to get. You've been trying for the last 5 years, 10 years. Folks keep telling you you're crazy. I wouldn't have never done it like that. And see, that's when your faith is going to have to override your facts, because Philippians 1:6 puts it like this: for he which has begun a good work in me shall perform it until the coming of Jesus Christ. And let me tell you something. He didn't tell you when it was going to get performed, but he did tell you it would be performed. And stop listening to what everybody else has to say, because their faith journey is not your faith journey. Their lot in life is not your lot in life. What God has assigned to your hand has not been assigned to their hand. And sometimes you got to crawl before you walk. Sometimes you have to lose everything before you soar. But just know that God has not forgotten about you. How do you know? Because Jesus said, and lo, I am with you always. I know, let me just tell the truth. How many folk can testify? There have been times in your life where it felt like God had abandoned you, and when you thought it was over, you found that the Lord swooped in the nick of time when you were at the bottom. I'm talking about being at the bottom of the rock. Folks had left you, wasn't no money, wasn't no opportunities, and you say, God, I know I heard you right. And all the Lord said is this, he just breathed on you just a little bit to remind you that he had you in the hollow of his hand. Anybody ever been there where God had to reassure you that he was with you? Sometimes you got to bear witness to other folk. When they believe that you have lost your mind, just tell them, God's with me. God's with me. And let me tell you something, God can handle the criticism. I know some people in here, the Lord told them, just go on and leave that job. And you knew God had something else for you. You just hadn't seen what he had. But you had the reassurance in your spirit. Everybody, even sitting on your pew, had something to say. But when God got through hooking that up and lining this up and fixing that up. What you realized was God had already fashioned what he had for you all along the way. You just had to go through the process. And sometimes we miss the blessing because we want to avoid the process. Sometimes there's fire in the process. Sometimes you got to cry in the process. People will leave you in the process. But when you get on the other side of the process, you'll find yourself looking back, saying, and my soul looked back and wondered how I got